Hey guys, Second Studios here. In today's 000webhost.com tutorial, I'm going to show you how to install another piece of forum software. This one is Simple Machines Forum. So as you want to do, the standard thing I always do in the tutorials, you want to log into the right website on the 000webhost.com members area, and then you want to go over to simplemachines.org. As always, I'll have the link in the description. So once you load up their website, you have the website telling you some information about it, obviously with the name of the thing saying elegant. Interesting information, of course. So we have community, download, customize, support, online manual, about, and etc. etc. So we're going to go download, which actually the domain for this is download.simplemachines.org if you want to go straight to that, and then it gives you a number of different options. Obviously, we have a full install, large upgrade, depending on upgrade versions, the small updates, install previous versions, obviously change logs, and down here we have a web install, which is a small thing which will download all the client pieces it needs once you've uploaded that bit to your server. But for this example, we just want to go back to the top of the page. We're going to do a full install. For this example, we're going to go for the zip, but obviously you can go for the tar files. Once you download this, as I've already done, the file itself is 2.5 megabytes in size, so it'll upload fine using 000webhost.com's standard upload protocol. So we're just going to go over here, obviously, select your right domain. In this case we have, so we're going to go down to the file manager and upload it how we always would. Let's just skip that, obviously, because if you do close that again, you don't have to put a password for some reason, which is a small security flaw there. So you want to obviously go into the public _HTML folder. Then we're just going to book it. It will install. It doesn't come inside the zip. It isn't in a folder. So if you want to install it, but the root of your domain is very easy to install. But for this example, we are actually going to install it at the root of the domain. So we just want to go upload. When it loads, of course, you want to go here, the upload a archive file, go to your desktop or wherever you save it, of course, which may be in the Windows 7 download folder. We want to go to, the file will be that name with install at the end, so we're going to go open, and then once it's there, you want to obviously click the green tick, and this should upload away. Why do you want to use it over other different forum software? Well, it just depends what you need. There are so many different free forum software out there. It depends on features. Of course, most forum software works in the same way, and of course, obviously, on 000webhost.com you can't use things like vBulletin because that's banned because of the fact you have to pay for it. So don't try and install vBulletin, because if you do and say you have a problem on the forum, they'll close the thread and report your site for using it. It's against the terms of use. But that's just an outlet. So obviously now we're just waiting for it to extract. For some reason, sometimes when you upload zips, it will return a whole load of PHP errors, but that doesn't mean that it's not actually done it. So depending on how many PHP errors there are, which in this case is a lot, we will scroll down. Obviously we have all the files here, and you can see checking files, file name is okay. So if you get an error there, obviously you've got to repackage the zip. Normally does solve zip problems in some cases. Obviously we have all the files below this. We want to go the back tick, and that's the pretty simple bit done. So we'll jump over back up to the top of the page and just open up our domain, which now should automatically open up wherever you obviously read it. It should automatically redirect you to the install.php folder. So obviously here it has some welcome information, how far along the overall progress of installing, install, writable checks, database settings, forum settings, database population, admin account, and things like that. So we're just obviously going to go over here, go install. Obviously that bar will go up a bit. We're going to click. For this you want MySQL, depending, you can't actually use the other one, but for this, obviously, this is where you need to put in the data related to the MySQL host you're on. Obviously it isn't localhost. With most paid hosts, I believe it is localhost. I'm sorry, this is being a bit slow. So obviously then you put the username for its password, database name, a database prefix, which obviously if you've got multiple installations of the same forum in one database, you can change that, but obviously you shouldn't really need to do that. And this page isn't loading, which isn't helpful, so I'm just going to open that up again in a new tab. It's awkward. I think it says that I can actually guess the thingies, but it's always better to check these things obviously before you look them up. And there we are. Sorry, I don't know why it is just being slow because they've all now loaded. So obviously you want to go into manage MySQL databases to get the MySQL server name, which in this case is server 6. One of them, it may be server 6, is at the moment of this video, obviously the date I've uploaded this video is a bit having some problems, not really sure why. And obviously you want to get the database names, etc. Database name, obviously you want to change that. The username, obviously, which will be your account name with the name of the database, or the name of the username you've chosen on the end, username, and obviously password, which you can't see. So once you put all that in, you leave prefix as it is, table prefix as it is. If you need to change it, obviously you can. So we're going to go continue, and then it's going to try and remember that password, which we can just ignore. And then we have forum names, of course, which I'm just going to leave as they are. My community, obviously you can change that to what it is. We'll be able to change that later. The forum URL, which may be, if it's on a folder, you need to put where that exactly is. It should work that out for itself, we hope. And then some other options. Compressing things to say bandwidth. Use database sessions instead of using files, which is perfectly reasonable. And then the character set, unallowing, but these things you don't really need to change, so we're just going to jump over to continue. You can always fiddle around with them later or just look at them now. So obviously here the progress is gone, and now your settings have now been saved and the database has been populated, which means it's created quite a few tables, which is quite a lot. Remember, there is a 200, I think it's either 250 or 500 limit amount of tables you can have one database. Over that, your count gets suspended, which I always thought was a bit weird. They could just warn you to delete some of these tables. So that's per database, by the way. So obviously, and it's insert the rows. So we're next going to go continue. Let's go to reload the page, and now we can choose the admin settings, which is obviously just go admin. And I'm just going to go a password here, which I always use in these tutorials because the thing always doesn't say. And let's just go for that email address. Obviously, you can contact me by that one if you want. And then database web. What's a database password? Have a database password. So obviously, just put in the details it requires there for your admin account. Obviously, you can create accounts for other users later on. So we're going to go continue. And obviously it's now going to, Google Chrome is now going to try and save that password again, which we'll just ignore. And obviously congratulations, install progress is complete, and it'll have some available. Help your install directory is still right, but it's a good idea to obviously you can click here to delete the, which is something always important to do. If it even doesn't have a function to get it to delete that for you, I would always delete the install directory or install.php in PHP, because someone could just come in and overwrite the settings itself. So in that case we're going to do yes, which you'll now do when I click up. So we're going to go now you can see your newly installed forum, which I have here. Obviously got the default style like that. Up here you'll have the search bar, it's just news, etc., just installed, and one user and one guest, etc., etc., etc. To log in, he said it is here. So obviously admin, I'm already logged in, it's quite nice, already logs you in. And obviously you have the features, options, parents. So that's how to install the Simple Machine Forum, or SMF. You can download it from simplemachines.forums.org. Link will always be in the description. Remember to rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you around in the next video.